Now we will begin writing our test cases for the sign up page, but in invalid scenarios. So we finished the valid scenarios, then we will begin our invalid scenarios. So what are invalid scenarios, like we said, or invalid test cases? These are the test cases that include an error or a mistake. So the user made a mistake in using the software. This is called an invalid test case. So let's have an example. So for example, you can click on sign up without choosing admin or project owner. This is an example. Also, you can click on sign up without entering a username, or without entering an email, or without entering a password. All of these are considered as invalid test cases. So let's begin by our first test case. There is a technique that will help us in writing our invalid test cases. We first look at the fields in our page. So how many fields are inside our page? We can say, okay, the first field is choosing the type of user. Is he an admin or a project owner? Then the username, then the email, then the password. So we can say that these are 4 fields. So in this case, we will need 4 invalid test cases. And in each one of them, we will make only one field has an invalid input and all other fields have a valid input. Why? Because if we write invalid input in all fields and we click on sign up, then the website crashed, okay? Or gave us an error. So in this case, we don't know which field caused the error. Okay, there is an error. Is it because of the username or the email or the password? We don't know. And in this case, we need to rerun our test case and make only one field invalid. So why don't we do this from the beginning? That's why we need to enter only one invalid field. So for example, we can say, okay, the first test case, we will leave this choice without choosing it and fill other fields with valid data. So we can say, okay, test case number 6, we will continue on our suite, of course, the sign up suite. We can say sign up without choosing type of user. Okay, so step number 1, we will say leave the user type field empty. Okay, step number 2, fill all other fields with valid data. Why didn't I say fill username with valid data, fill email with valid data? This will consume a lot of time. So I can say all other fields. All other fields means the username, the email, and the password. This is easier. Then step 3, click on sign up. Okay, so when I click on sign up, what should happen? We can think, okay, what should happen is an error message appears telling the user that he must choose the type of user. So we can say the expected result is an error message appears telling the user that he must choose the type of user. Okay, we don't care the type of the error message. It might be a written message, okay, a pop-up, or it might be in the form of a red square around these fields, or a word that is written under them. The important thing is that we have an error message, okay? So this is ready to test. So this is our test case. Okay, so let's remove this, delete row. So this test case is done.